I'm going to start with vibrato.
Oh, my favorite.
Your favorite?
Tommy.
Tommy.
First name basis.
Our backhands are just so similar that we just call each other Gina and Tommy.
J and T.
Well, here we go. Two things I like to think about from the start here. The way he uses his left arm or left hand to help take the racket back.
Okay.
And he
takes it high.
Yes, he takes it high. You take it a little bit low, I don't think that's a major thing, but by taking it high, it will add more momentum to help bring the racket through.
Yeah.
And he has a pretty strong, if you notice his arms almost extended, not fully extended here.
Okay.
So he's got a little bit bend in his elbow. For me, what's really important is this position here. The step, the knee bend, but not only that, he's rotating, but also for me, this picture right here, which is I think sometimes very underrated. You see the butt of the racket is pointing towards the camera.
Okay.
I think that's a very important key for the one-handed backhand. And what this allows him to do is start using his hips and his shoulders to pull the racket through. And I'm gonna slow it down from here to here, looking at the racket path. So I want you to notice from that position how the racket's going up and where it's going to travel. It goes up to the ball, and from here, now, I think one thing which is different about Roberto, his grip is a little bit further under.
Like
So
this.
see where your hand is? Go ahead and show me where yours is.
This is where mine is.
Go ahead and open your hand a little bit more.
Oh, so he's like.
Yeah, so this is why he gets a little bit of that. It almost looks like a push. But the same position I call is almost like the Statue of Liberty position.
Okay.
So this is the racket path you just shadowed for me. So you're doing a pretty good job of using the left hand. Okay, so this is where I'm going to stop and look at the difference. Look how your butt of the racket is. That's a little harder to see.
Oh, okay.
Hold your racket for a second. Look how yours is facing here. For the pros, the racket's facing here.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
mine is actually the
Exactly. Does that make sense?
So go like, it has to be like this.
Yes.
As opposed to like.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Good. Couple more. One. Good. Good. Let's take a look at
Yeah,
this.
we'll go the last three.
Thanks. Butt of the racket. And the key here is that when we pull, making sure that you have this good extension.
The arm is straight. Okay.
Okay. That's all I'm looking at right now, making sure you hit those two markers. Okay. When we watch him make contact, he's pulling from one, extended.
Okay.
One, two, freeze at two, and then three. You see how from here, there's no bend, there's just lifting and extending. Do you feel how I'm pulling?
Yeah.
Okay. So go one, two, and then three. Good. One, two, three. Okay. Ready? Okay, good. Very good. Okay. What do you think?
I thought it was okay, a little too far back.
Really? I thought it was really good. We'll look at it in a second. So great job on the position here. And good extension. There might be a little bit over rotating, a tiny bit.
Okay.
But what I look at that's really good is that your arm is straight. And because your arm is straight, you're not doing this action before. It's almost like this bow and arrow action you had before.
Okay.
It's a lot cleaner. You have a good pull into the ball, and they're finishing with this position. Okay? And that's what I want your mind to focus on right now.
Okay.
Now, use your left hand to take the racket back. Now straighten out this arm. Okay? You feel the stretch?
Yes.
Yeah. That's just,
I do.
yeah, that's the stretch that you see what the pros, that stretch, now you have that stretch, it really makes you want to pull forward. Okay, you're building, storing energy from there. Yes. Ready? Okay, yes. So shadow. Good. Shadow. Now notice what I did. You're out here. I just brought it in and it still gets the position. Okay? Very good. Okay? Okay. Good. Yep. Good. Let's take a look. Look at your, I mean, that looks really good.
Yeah, from my position, it looks extremely strong.
Okay, good. Because before I couldn't see you. I couldn't see the ball. I couldn't see the ball.
Right, and you were only focusing on that one part of it. So we're putting it in the context of actually hitting a ball now.
Yeah, this position, look at that now, where you're position one.
That
That's
looks-
a great, it's parallel with the service line.
Okay, and that's how we want it.
Yes,
We want it parallel with the
yes,
service line. Okay,
that's a
got
great pulling position.
it. Okay.
Good. See, yeah, good. You have good extension here. As I swing, watch the speed difference. I'm going to do two different swings. This was kind of you a little bit yesterday. And it's hard, a little bit harder to see on that one, but I don't speed up until about right here. So everything is, it's smooth, but it's that timing of slow, and as I get to the ball, that's when I start accelerating, compared to, okay? So I want you to shadow one, and I'm gonna let you hit probably about 8 balls, and I just want you to continue to focus on that rhythm of that slow to fast release, okay? So shadow one. Good. Ready? Okay, good execution. Okay, so find the rhythm, a little slower in the beginning. Okay. Okay, slow to fast. Very good. Let's look at these and start moving back a little bit. Okay, contact's in front. And that one a little bit, but you fixed it at the end. Key is that you're not opening your chest up all the way. So it's a little bit different in the sense with the forehand. You've been working on opening up your chest so much.
Yeah.
On the backhand, we don't want to have that full chest opening.
Okay.
Okay, and you did that there, so that's good. Good.
That's good.
Yeah. And that one, we start accelerating a little bit faster. Just to position one. So, do you see the
I
little
went
bit?
fast.
Yes.
All the way. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I get it. I get it.
Okay, so let's do a couple more from a little bit further back. And it's just that timing. That's where that kind of relaxedness of where you see where the pros are hitting strokes and
Yeah.
it's not
Right. Right.
slow ramp up and then accelerate. So I always think about, I'm gonna accelerate on contact. I don't wanna speed it up until I make contact. So, good. There we go, good. Ready? Okay, a little bit slower rhythm in the beginning. Okay, see if we can slow it down just a little bit more. Yep, that's the rhythm I want. Very good, that's a
So
beautiful
that's
rhythm.
slow.
Yes,
Okay, but I didn't really even speed up at the end. Did I speed up?
I think you sped up just a tiny bit.
Okay.
Okay. It's very gradual.
Okay.
and very smooth.
It was smooth,
Yeah.
yeah. I felt even.
And I think for right now, that's so important. Not worrying about how fast to accelerate. Everything wants to be fast.
Yeah.
And it's easy because you start to get a lot more pace with doing less.
Okay.
And you're way more efficient.
I think amateur players, when they hear the word speed up, they're feeling for some kind of like explosion of racket head speed. But Kevin's kind of shifting that paradigm a bit to be a gradual building as opposed to explosion, I guess.
Yeah.
Explosion,
It's-
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, right off the bat. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Stand
We've used the word
forward.
efficiency over and over the last 2 days. Like, explosive power is possible, but for most amateur athletes, it comes with tremendous tension. And so the way he's trying to get you to swing will be much, much smoother and calmer and more relaxed, but still strong.
Okay.
Okay. So remember, nice slow build up. Okay. Position 1. Nice slow build up, and then good. And even with that contact, I almost want to say, if I put some numbers on it, if you're swinging from 0 to 20 miles an hour, the acceleration is going to be going from 20 to 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not like,
Subtle.
yeah, very subtle right now. Yes, yes, that's a great word for it. Go, 3 more. Good. Very good. Okay,
It's just the last 2.
good. I want you to see, like you used a great word, subtle.
Okay.
Yeah,
That last one I felt was the best one.
yeah, this is, I think, the last one.
Okay.
See how it just flows, this very little effort you're putting towards hitting the ball.
Right, right.
So, as the ball's coming to you, this is kind of the tricky part again, is because it's a different set of timing. The slow build-up, and that's where really paying attention as the ball comes and after the bounce makes a big difference. So really, I want you to focus on just as the ball bounces,
Yeah.
slow build-up and then release, okay? Very good.
Good adjustment,
Very
Gina.
good
Nice
with
job.
adjustment. Good.
Good, good.
Very, I want to, that was very smooth. Great contact.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And you feel the difference.
Sure. When it looks good on here, it feels so much
Good.
better too.
Yeah.
So they go hand in hand.
It's just having that awareness that you don't have to do much and you get a lot more from. And I think also when you're not doing so much, it makes it easier for, if you do have to move, there's not a lot of tension because you feel like you have to do something, and there's a lot more freeness, looseness, and that helps you adjust. Where if you're tense and you're not quite right,
Right.
then it's a lot harder. Much better.
That one was good, right?
Yes. Okay. And this just relates again to timing and rhythm. This one I think was the one you hit very well.
Yeah, the ones that I hit well, it just feels really smooth.
Yes.
And just like natural. Yeah.
Look at, because you're relaxed, how your racket, just by being relaxed, how your racket is having this action. As you get more tense, I think what happened yesterday is your swing started getting,
Oh yeah.
but that's the rhythm
Okay.
we want.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
Much better. Good execution.